I think kind of what I'm wondering myself, Dreama, is I understand all the stuff you've talked about when somebody dies, especially somebody like your parent, and you kind of let go of all the resentments and all the regrets and all the tensions, and there's a lot of forgiveness there, I think is what it sounds like. Um, but from what I remember you telling me about your mom, Dreama, it was like I don't remember you saying anything good about this woman. So I think for me, I'm interested, and I think it's very wonderful that you've been able to see her through God's eyes. But I remember you used to talk about how she was narcissistic, and how you didn't have a good relationship with her, and I'm not saying it wasn't valid, because obviously you had that reaction towards her, and that's the way you felt at the time. And obviously that was like, what, 3 or 4 years ago when we met, so I'm sure a lot has taken place since then. I understand how like the death can, sort of ease a lot of that stuff. You kind of, you live and let go and just kind of forgive. But even having said that, how did you really let go of all that stuff? And do you think you've really let go of all of it? Or do you think in some way maybe you're still kind of hanging on? Or is the sadness that you're feeling, are you feeling guilty, Dreamer, that you felt all those things about your mom? I think I'm getting maybe the sense maybe that's part of what it is. Maybe there's a little bit of guilt there that you did and that you ever felt those things about her. And maybe you're wishing you could rewind 5, 10, 15, 20 years into the past, and maybe you're thinking there was a way we could have worked through some of this stuff, or maybe there's a different perspective. I could have seen my mother or something.
So Andrew is asking a couple of very valid questions, and I want to give this video the answer that the time that it deserves. So you may see me pause and cut out and whatever because I'm starting this before the daycare kids get here, and they're running a tad behind. Um, so I don't want to rush through these answers. I think the first part, one of the questions Andrew is really asking me is, one, if my mom was so terrible, why do I mourn her? Okay, valid question based on past videos that I've made about her. Number two, he's asking how, because of my past with her, how did I come to truly be able to forgive her? That second part of the question is probably easier to answer than the first part, but it does combine the first two questions. And it's God. It's just God is the answer to both of those questions. Now, to go into some detail, it is no secret to anyone on my channel that has followed me for some time, or my family, or my friends. Um, I have not always had the best relationship with my mom, and it goes all the way back to our childhood. I'm not going to speak for my sisters, they can speak for themselves, but I can only speak for myself, and how things that occurred during childhood affected my relationship with her. As I stated before, we all three have very different relationships with her. Okay, this is take 3. Trying to pick up where I left off a while ago. I have to film when I can. I guess I could have just not edited. I don't know. But anyways. Oh, it's muggy. So my forgiveness of my mom definitely comes down to my faith. I definitely believe, for many reasons, that my mom had a lot of narcissistic traits and tendencies. And I do think narcissists tend to soften as they get older. But I mean, I gotta tell you, there were even things that she said, even in her last days, that were hurtful. And it's because even though she was sick and actually dying, it doesn't change who they are. It didn't change who she was. What changed was me. Okay? I changed. Yes, I know that she loved me in the only way she knew how, and know she was proud of me. That I'm sure of. Now, when I say I changed, what I mean by that, so like, how can you mourn your mother if she was so terrible? You know, that kind of. I gotta tell you, when Andrew asked me that, when he said, you know, I never heard you say a good thing about this woman, it cut me to my heart, because, and it hurt, but he wasn't lying. I think maybe I do have some guilt over not forgiving her sooner. I tried. Lord knows I tried. I said the words, but I didn't feel it until there was like 2 or 3 months before we found out she was sick. I was just sitting at my desk one day. I had been praying, you know, God, let me see her the way you see her. And I was able to. And because of that, I mean, I was literally, I felt it like, you know, the Santa Claus Has Come to Town movie with the ice monster thing where he melts, all the ice melts away. That is exactly what it felt like. I mean, exactly what it felt like. I felt all of the hurt from the past. I felt just all the resentment, everything. Literally, in those moments, when I asked God to let me see her the way He sees her, it all melted away in that moment. And so yeah, I'm not gonna come to this food line. Anyways, so it's getting people's anyway. So yeah, then it all just melted away right there in that moment. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. You know what? I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I kind of do need a. Where am I going? Straight. Okay. And I was able to finally let it go and forgive her. So that's how I can mourn her. You know. Because in place of all of that resentment was forgiveness. And if I have any regrets, it's that I didn't come to that until a couple months or so before she passed away. Or before we learned she was sick. I had maybe 3 months of
where I was really seeing her the way God saw her and loving her the way a daughter is supposed to. So if I have any regrets, it's that. And so that's, and each person has to come to forgiveness on their own. So, I can't, thank you. I can't tell you, that you should forgive so-and-so and whoever it is in your life. What I can tell you is that you're going to have regrets if you don't. I have no idea what I'm doing. I know I need some coffee. I'm going to need my phone app.
What can I get set for you?
Hi, can I get a tall iced mocha latte, please, with almond milk, no whip?
Okay. What else do you?
That's it. Thanks. Okay, guys, I got to grab my phone for a second. Okay. I got my drink. Dark soon. I don't know how many people on my YouTube know this about me, but I don't like being out after dark. If I have to be, I'm generally close to home. So let me just kind of sit here for a minute while I gather my thoughts. Figure out what I want for dinner. So yes, it all, like I said in the beginning of this video, it comes down to God. The forgiveness, wow, there's a lot of chocolate in this. I can't even taste the coffee at all. So I appreciate Andrew asking that question, because there may have been some others out there who have been following my channel for a while who have seen the previous videos of me talking about my mom and my relationship with her. And like I said before, my sisters and I all have our own relationships with our mom. So we have our own experiences with our mom. To find out that after she was gone, I mean, she told me she was proud of me, but to actually find out by finding my business card in her lockbox, her firebox, that just spoke volumes to me. And it's something I wish I had really understood and known while she was alive. But I can tell you, it is definitely, as Andrew said, it is a wonderful, beautiful thing when you're finally able to find forgiveness for someone, especially a parent who's hurt you in your childhood. And you carry those things over into adulthood. And it is really such a great thing when I'm trying to keep the light from fading out. It is really such a great thing when you can truly and honestly find forgiveness in here. And the only way that I did that was through God. I didn't do it. I could not forgive her on my own. But I did it through God. And the way he helped me see her the way he sees her is by showing me my own faults, my own bad decisions, things that I've done to hurt other people, even my parents, like trying to take my life, what has it been, 7 years now? I remember the look on, especially on my stepdad's face, he had cancer and died, but I remember just a couple of months before he passed away, sitting across a table from him, and my mom had got up to go to the bathroom, and he's looking at me going, "Are you okay? Like, are you really okay?" And he had tears in his eyes, and I was like, "Yes, I'm really okay. You don't have to worry," because he worried. And I actually think it's the reason he made me the contingent in his will and on his insurance. Like if something had happened to my mom, before he passed, because he knew my sisters would be fine, but he was worried about me because one, I've struggled my whole life just to keep my head above water. It's no joke. And he was genuinely worried that I was going to be okay. And he was very proud of me. Oh, he was so proud of me. And I did not ever realize that my mom was just as proud. Now, who put the business card in the firebox? Was it her or him? I don't know. I like to think it was her. Her will was in it, so. But, like I said, the way he let me finally see my mom the way he does is because he showed me my own faults, my own, what is that, plank or whatever, in your own eye. And I got off my high horse and realized, God, who am I to judge her for decisions she made when she was just a child herself? Decisions she made just trying to be happy. I was a kid. What did I know about the context of what happened? Did she do things to hurt? Yes. How do you explain a mother walking away from her children? I can't. Except to say that she did what she thought she had to do at the time. And that's why I say, if left up to me, I would find it hard to forgive her. You know what? I know exactly where I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go over here to Big Lots. I don't think I want a dinner. I think I'm just going to snack. So Andrew's questions are valid, but the answer to them both, how could I have said such terrible things about my mom and mourn her? And how did I finally come to forgive her? The answer to both of that is my faith. It's God. The answer to both is God. And that's that. There's a water puddle where I want to park. Of course there is. The answer to both is God. So if any of you were wondering the same thing as he, I hope this video helped to clear some of that up. I may have gone the long way to explain it, but I hope it did. I love my mom very much. I miss my mom very much. I had a kind of a little breakdown today, this afternoon. Thank God the kids were napping, and I missed her, and I had to reach out to a friend of mine because my heart was hurting. And it's not like me to reach out like that when I'm bothered. But I did, so that tells you how bad I was feeling. Some of it might be guilt, you know. And there's nothing I could do about that except forgive myself. So Andrew, I hope this explained things to you. I think Andrew and I are going to try to get together soon, either via video or maybe in person. Soon, I hope, to do a video together, kind of talking about maybe relationships, maybe narcissism, some of the things that we discuss with each other on a regular, because we can carry on a conversation like that. We both have very interesting viewpoints because of our different experiences. So I think it's just going to be a matter of our schedules and trying to get something together. But for now, this is the best that I can do. And I hope it was all right. And I hope I answered your questions, Andrew. So thank you for asking, and thank you for being a good friend. Andrew is in my inner circle. He's absolutely in my inner circle. And he is someone that I can talk to about anything. So, and I just love him to death. So go over, if you haven't already, and check out his channel, and make sure you give him some love and a subscribe. And if you came here from Andrew's channel, let me know. All right. God bless, guys. Thanks for your love and your support as I carry on in my life's journey. God bless.